Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. This is Miss T. And hey, welcome back to my channel. I know you clicked on for a reason, but I'm glad that you did. It's been a long time since I checked in with my XJW community, and I just want you to know that I have been watching the videos. Um, I've learned a lot about people's experiences, and of course, even I shared some of my own. But unfortunately, as I was making my videos last year and sharing them with my friends, I realized that this stuff is really making me depressed. It's been over like 20 years since I've been involved in the religion, and it was really getting to me. I started reminiscing about old friends and hanging out and all the things that we did when we were younger. I also started thinking about some of the good and the bad stuff, and then my emotions got involved because a big part of my 20s was being a Jehovah's Witness, and I don't talk to none of those people anymore. None of them. And it's just like, it's just so far. I mean, that whole lifestyle is so far removed from where I'm at today. I couldn't even talk about it anymore. I had dreamed about situations that happened in the Kingdom Hall. Like, I was starting to, you know, a lot of things that I'd forgotten about was coming to my memory. And I dreamed about this one brother who was known as a child molester. And a lot of us, like watching the videos, a lot of the stories are the same, you know. And for some reason, I just couldn't bring myself to even share that anymore. I don't know what happened to those people. I don't even know what they're doing anymore. All I can do is to, all I could do was to try to keep myself mentally together. I mean, I never thought that I would feel this way, or even talking about being an ex Jehovah Witness will take me back where I would start feeling emotional about it, and the friends that I've lost and the people that I loved in that religion who have now passed away, which I never knew about, never got a phone call or invited to the funeral. So all that is just like an old dead memory, to me. And I couldn't even talk about a lot of the things that I went through, but I can say that we've all experienced the same things. No need to keep sharing. I mean, no need for me to participate and keep sharing the same old stories over and over again. When I left the religion, believe me, I was very much alone, and I had to navigate myself through the world. I came out a naive former Jehovah Witness, naive to the world and what they had to offer. And I just felt like, hey, everybody was nice. They'll treat me the way that I want to be treated if I treat them well. But I had a rude awakening entering into the world. There's a lot of things I wasn't taught. There was a lot of things I didn't know. So I feel this time around, the stories that I share with you is how to navigate through the world. Worldly people, as we used to call them, how to choose good friends, how to choose good companions. Well, I'm going to say this. When I came out into the world, I had to allow my mind to be open because I had to learn about people. And even though I didn't hang around what I called bad people, I still had to communicate, know how to communicate with people. And I found that what worked for me is listening to their stories. So in my 20s, I became a hairstylist. So I was able to meet a lot of different people, going through a lot of different situations who have taught me. It was one of my clients who actually took my hand and said, come on, we're going up to the community college and we're going to sign up for some classes. And I thank her for that because the first two classes I took, psychology and English, I ended up doing well in those classes and I loved what I was learning. So I took two more classes. And being that I worked full time, I went to school part time. And little by little, I took some classes until I finally just, decided to declare a major, which was in business, until I completed it. And if it wasn't for her holding my hand, I would have never went to college. But once I signed up, I ended up loving it. So I've met some good people. I've met people where they'll say, hey, what you doing for the holidays? I'm like, I really don't celebrate. And at that time, I was going to my family, I was like attending my family get-togethers, but I wasn't really enjoying them because my family is not enjoyable. It's like I went to their house and I would be silent and just, sit there because we really had nothing in common. But that was my family. Plus, I love playing with my nephews, and at the time it was just my nephews, but I enjoy my nieces and nephews, which is the only reason why I go to family get-togethers, is to, spend time with them. But being that I allowed my mind to be open, and I don't mean open to everything, but I listen to people. I've met some really good people. Being a hairstylist, my clients invited me to their homes. I was able to meet new people and see how they live, how they celebrated their holidays and whatever. I got into buying gifts for people who bought gifts for me, and I had to learn that everybody wasn't good people to hang around. But over the 20 something years that I was doing hair, I've met a lot of good people. And if I didn't consider myself, you're going to live in a world where you're going to feel really alone because the way you think and you're coming out of this situation, your family probably don't even talk to you anymore in the truth, So when you go out in the world, it's really a scary big place. And I think being that I had a career where I had to meet people, it really helped me to become more open and understanding, listen, learn. And I thank God for my play mamas and my play aunties who guided me and directed me, always encouraged me. Those relationships that I developed after leaving the congregation was the best relationships I've had, and they have been long lasting. I don't have to worry about if I slip up and do something wrong that my new friends won't even talk to me anymore. I don't have to worry about all that. I have good associates. I have great friends. And I always get invited to some nice events and functions since I've left the organization. So it wasn't all rosy leading up to that. Leading up to now, it wasn't all rosy in the beginning. I've met a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing. I dated guys who were not what they said. But I think the most important thing that I can share with you from this point on is how to navigate yourself through the world, meeting people and their reactions, even dealing with your family. I have a lot of stories about my family. And when I hear people say, oh, I wish my family would wake up If they're still, in the organization, they want their family to wake up and come out, and they want to be there to help their family, or how can I help my family, get out of this organization. And I had to come to this realization, and it may be harsh when I tell you this, but I had to learn not to care for people who didn't care for me. I have family that's still in the organization. I don't know if they're dead or alive, but they can care less if I'm dead or alive. I'm out here in the world and I'm nothing to them. And they've meant so much to me when I was in the organization. I mean, they were like cousins and aunts, great aunts or whatever, but still, I had that family that I can go visit that was religious just like me. So even though I felt alone when I was in the organization because my parents wasn't a part of the organization, I still had some relatives and family who were Jehovah's Witnesses. And when I left, they could care less about me. I could care less about if they're woke or not. But everybody has their choice in life and they make their decisions. And if that religion brings them joy, then that's fine. It didn't bring me joy. I can't even talk about the bad stuff because I don't want to get emotionally wrapped up. So like I said, I will give you as much knowledge as I can about the experiences that I had dealing with not so nice people in the world. And it made me a strong individual. I walked alone for so long. I had trust issues. I just did not. I'm going to say, when I was in the organization, we were encouraged to trust, socialize with people in the organization because we were on the same page. When you come out of that organization and you in the world, it's a very, very lonely walk that you're going to take. And as an individual, you're going to have to be strong enough. You're going to have to learn yourself, manage your emotions. You're going to have to look for a career, because if you're really trying to prepare for your family and you want to help your family come out, when they come out, what do they have to come to? You have to already have yourself established. So if you have a brother and sister that's going to leave home and come stay with you, you're going to have to provide them with a place. You're going to have to give them the foundation and the information that they need in order to survive. So you can't help anybody until you get yourself together, till you learn and get to know yourself, and until you establish yourself financially. And I encourage everybody to go to college, because you're going to learn things in college that you have never learned in an organization. But it allowed me to be so understanding of people. Psychology helped me learn behaviors and how to deal with people. But like this one old lady told me, and she was in the truth. She was one of my Bible study conductors. She always listened, no matter what you had to say, and never judged. And that's something that I carried with me even to this day. I always listen to people when they want to talk to me. When I was a hairstylist, it was like I was a therapist. I always listened. I always learned. And I've met people who invested in stocks, get into this stock, get into that stock, do this, do that with your money, and I've done it and it worked. They said, hey, apply for this and apply for that. The government does this and that, for single people with business. And I said, okay. I tried it and I learned how to do that. I didn't get that from any of the friends and the family and the organization that I thought cared about me. I got that from perfect strangers that I was getting to know, So I was able to learn a lot from people who didn't really know me, but in the end, they helped me. I was so naive when I came out in this world. My feelings have been hurt over and over again from worldly people. And I can never allow myself to get so involved in the worldly lifestyle because as a Christian, you develop morals and standards. That stuff doesn't leave, you know? So if you have any questions or topics you want to talk about, let me know and we can discuss it. I'm always open to your comments and hearing what you have to say. I really missed talking to this community, and I'm so excited to be able to share some things with you. I already have stuff recorded that I'm going to publish on YouTube so that you can listen to it, learn from it, and hopefully you can walk away and apply some of the things in your life. We all need some help. We all need some encouragement. And I want to be that person who you least expect to give you what you need in order to navigate yourself through this world. So I thank you, friends, for clicking on and listening to me and allowing me to be able to chat with you for the moment. And I'll be back. So until next time, into the next video, take care. And I wish you all the best. All right? Bye, my friends. Until the next video.